Okay, geometry students, track 1 and track 2, please listen very carefully, okay? Please listen very carefully. At this time, I need you to check and make sure that you have the correct test on your desk. So if you are a track 1 student, please look and make sure your test says Geometry Track 1 Fall Semester Exam. If you're in the track 2 class, check your test. It does not say track 2. It does not say track 1. It simply says Geometry Semester Exam. Okay? So students, please check and make sure that you have the correct test on your desk. If you don't, let Mrs. Duke know and she will get you the correct test. Now let me first address all of you with some basic guidelines. First of all, if you cannot finish this test tomorrow or Friday, okay? You must finish it today, period. So you're going to have to learn to work quickly, not hurriedly, but quickly, and to know what you're doing and do a good job. Secondly, make sure you're neat with your work. If you're going to show any work, show it very neatly so I can check it, okay? Now, let's first go over the track 1 test. So, if you're a track 1 student, I'm going to go over your test quickly. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. You're comparing slopes of lines, so you're going to put in the answer blank either parallel, perpendicular, or oblique. 4, you're finding a midpoint, so you should know the formula. Number 5, we're dealing with the distance formula. Okay, number 5. Number 6, find the measure of angle 1 if the measure of angle 2 is 57. On segment AE are points A, B, C, D, and E. They're lined up in alphabetical order, and then go ahead and solve what they're asking you to solve for. Use those two statements at the top of the page for numbers 8 through 13. So we're writing an if-then form. We're telling what the hypothesis is, what the conclusion is, writing their converses, writing one of the converses in if and only if form. Notice from number 11, only one of them is true. So you take that and write it in if and only if form. The other converse in number 11 is false. Give a counterexample that proves it wrong. So on number 11, A and B, one of those converses will be true. The other one will not be. Okay? The one that is true for number 12, write it in if and only if form. The other one that's false, give a counterexample that proves it wrong. 14, you're going to write a vector as an ordered pair. 15 and 16, we're going to subtract and multiply two vectors. Numbers 17 through 22, we're going to name some different given terms there, and there can be more than one answer. Like 17 says name a segment parallel to each A. Well, there's more than one answer. All you have to do is name one of them, okay? 23, solve that linear system. 24, write a linear equation. 25, write a linear equation. 26, find the measure of angle ACB. So you're going to first have to solve for x, and then find the measure of angle ACB. 27, find the length of side AB. Find the length of side AB. Guys, on 27, that's a mistake. On 27, find the measurement of angle C. Find the measurement of angle C. That's what number 27 should say. Find the measurement of angle C. 28, is triangle ACD congruent to triangle ECB? If it is, say yes and tell me why. If it's not, say no and tell me why. But either way, explain why. Number 29, find the length of AB. Find the length of AB. Number 30, I've given you the circumcenter. Now, based on this information, draw the three lengths that are congruent. So right there on your test, on that diagram or that figure I've given you, draw the three lengths that are congruent. is. You should know what that means if you studied. And you have perpendicular bisectors, and they intersect at the circumcenter. You should know what's special about the circumcenter, and you should be able to draw the three lengths that are congruent. So be sure and draw the three lengths on the figure right there that are congruent. Okay, moving on to 31. Point P is the incenter. What do we know about angles 1 and 2? Moving on to 32. Points A, C, and E are midpoints on their respective sides. Segment A, well, I give you some information there. I'm not going to read it out loud, but are triangles ABC and triangles ACE congruent? If not, just state no. That's all you have to do. If they are, explain how you know this. Okay, so if you put no, you're finished. If you put yes, tell me how you know that they're congruent. And the figures down below there. The figures down below. 33, we're looking for the measure of one exterior and one interior angle. 34, we're looking for the other three angles inside of a parallelogram. And 35, we're given a rhombus. Find the measure of angle 1. Okay, so that's your test. Please get started this time, and let's go ahead and move on now to the track 2 test. So track 2 students, please get your test out and pay attention. Here we go. Track 1 students, go ahead and get started with your test. Okay, number 1, decide if it's a polygon. If it isn't, tell why. If it is, tell me what type it is. Number 2, find the value of the missing angle. Find the three missing angles in the parallelogram. Numbers 4 through 8, tell me whether we have parallelograms or not, and then tell me why or why not. Numbers 9 through 14, make sure you put every single answer that is possible. So for number 9, there's definitely more than one figure up there that has consecutive angles that are congruent. So be sure and put every single figure in the blanks that satisfies the question, okay? Numbers 9 through 14. In fact, there are some questions on 9 through 14 in which you'll have all 4 of those answers, okay? That happens. Okay, 15 and 16 are trapezoids. Find the missing angles that I'm asking you to find. 17 and 18, 2 trapezoids. Find the value of x. Okay, we're dealing with mid segments there, so find the value of x. Number 19, write the next 2 numbers that would come in that pattern there. 20, give a counter example. 21 and 22, find the length of the given segment, okay? So I'm asking you to find the length of a segment. 23 and 24, find the measure of the given angle. 25, find the value of x. Find the value of x. 26, find the coordinates of the midpoint. So you should know the midpoint formula. 27, find the measure of angle ABC. Find the complement in the supplement for that given angle. And then number 29, find the measure of angles 1, 2, and 3. Number 30, rewrite that as a conditional statement or an if-then statement. And 31, use the law of syllogism to write an if-then statement that follows. 31, find the measure of angle 1. Or 32, find the measure of angle 1. 33 and 34, find the value of x. Okay? Find the value of x. 35, lines A and B are parallel. Find the measure of the angles 1 through 7. Find the measure of the angles 1 through 7. And then 36, tell me what 3 angles are congruent. Tell me which 3 sides are congruent. And then lastly, write a congruent statement for those 2 triangles. They are congruent. Write a congruent statement, and the triangles are not drawn to scale. Okay, that's it, guys. Nothing more to say. Go ahead and get started this time. Have a great Christmas break. Contact me if you have any questions.